Welcome back, guys, and I'm back to do my week 2 picks. Um, last week we did pretty well. I went back and some of the things. I went back on that video I did of week 1, and I did pretty well in the predictions. Apart from that Titans, what game was it? The Colts and Texans game. I said the Texans will go over by 8 points. I got that wrong. It was a tie game. And then the damn Bengals, they did me dirty and they didn't get the job done. And even in overtime, McPherson's field goal blocked by Fitzpatrick, and then Boswell goes to the other end, and then he scores his field goal. And then again, Denver let me down on Monday with the whole bullshit was going on with Nathaniel Hacks and his let's do a 64-yard field goal instead of passing to the franchise quarterback you give a shit ton of money to. Anyway, I'm over it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Let's talk about week 2 of the NFL. So we're going to start off with the Thursday night game, and that's the Chiefs versus the Chargers. I'm recording this on a Wednesday night before the day before the game. So the Chiefs versus the Chargers. The Chiefs, I looked at the Chiefs and I said in my preview that how are they going to be with Byron Pringle gone and Tyreek Hill? And I looked at that game with the Chiefs and they blew them out of the park, 44-15. Again, Tyreek who? Byron Pringle who? Because again, the Chiefs got the business done, and I look at this primetime game here on Thursday night, and I've got the Chiefs going over -4. Chargers had a good game, but I just think that the Chiefs are too strong, and they're just gonna again -4, and they're gonna go over on Thursday night. Going to the early Sunday games, we have the Dolphins versus Baltimore. Ravens had a good game on Sunday. Dolphins had an impressive win against Bill Belichick's Patriots. For this one, I'm gonna go for a Ravens win, -3.5. We have the Colts who are on the road to the Jags. For this one, I'm gonna go for the Colts for this one. I like the spirit of the Jags. I like what Doug Pearson's doing in Jacksonville. That even though they lost in defeat, at least they had that spirit and they had that courage to keep going on, and I like that. And then you look at the Colts. Matt Ryan as the quarterback. I've said before, he's only a short-term fix. Again, you should have got somebody in the draft or in the off season that's the dude that you're gonna have for the next 5-10 years. But for this pick, I'm going for the Colts to go over and get the win, -4. Then we have the Bucks versus the Saints. I'm going for it. The Bucks look good on the primetime game on Sunday night against the Cowboys. Even I forgot to mention this in my recap, but Dak Prescott got a fractured thumb, so he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. But anyway, Todd Bowley's had a good start to his run as a NFL head coach again. So for this one, I'm going to go for a Bucks win, -2.5. And then we have the Panthers versus the Giants. Again, that was the Baker Mayfield. He had a good game with the Browns, but again, that Cade York field goal just kind of damaged him at the last minute. So I'm going to go for a Panthers win, added to, I'm going for a Panthers win, added to. Then we got the Patriots versus the Steelers. I've gone for a Steelers win. But I want to see Kenny Pickett start. I want to see him get a game this weekend. I want to see him at least start the whole game and see what you've got. Why the hell this stupid rule that you have where he's got to learn behind a stupid quarterback. You picked this guy in the first round of this year's draft, which this quarterback class wasn't the best quarterback class. And you didn't start in week 1, which you should have done. You got away with it, but you had so many times that you nearly lost that game to the Bengals, and then you go to this week, you're against a bad Patriots team that lost to Mike McDaniels and the Dolphins last Sunday. So I want to see Kenny Pickett start for this game, and I'm going to go for the Steelers win, +2. We have the Commanders, the Lions. Lions had a lot of great. I like the fight that the Lions had Against the Eagles. They give the Eagles a good game. I really enjoyed that game. Commanders and Lions. Predictions for that, I'm going to go for a Lions win. 1.5, plus 1.5 on the spread. Then we go to the late Sunday games. It's the Rams versus the Falcons. The Rams need to bounce back quick if they want to retain the championship. They took a big L last Thursday against the contenders in the Bills. They need to actually, they need to get back to winning ways. And then the spread has them here as 10.5. So I'm going to go for that as the win for the Rams. They're going to bounce back against the Falcons. Seahawks versus 49ers. The both 49ers, again, Trey Lance started on Sunday, which was great. It was great to see him start at the quarterback position, but they didn't look that good either against the fucking Bears football. They was playing 49ers football, that's what that was. And then Seattle, they beat Russell Wilson and the Broncos this past Monday. So I'm going to go for a 49ers win, 9.5, minus 9.5 on the spread. And then we have the Bengals versus the Cowboys. Cowboys got destroyed on prime time. The Bengals look mid on their opening game, in the early game on Sunday. Burrow looked bad. Again, the offensive line needs to help Burrow. He got sacked 6 times. Again, that cannot happen. If you want to be a contender again and appear in a Super Bowl, you cannot have your star quarterback being sacked 6 times when you've invested heavily in the offensive line. But I'm going for a Bengals win, minus 7.5. I went for them last week and they let me down. This week, I'm sticking with them again this week. So they better fucking deliver and get a win over the Cowboys. Then we have Texans who are on the road to the Broncos. I'm going for a Broncos win, minus the 10. And then we have the Cardinals versus the Raiders. I said the Cardinals are going to regress this year. So again, Raiders, they nearly won that game against the Chargers. I'm going to go for a Raiders win, minus 5.5. And then we have the Bears versus the Packers, the big game of the NFC North this weekend. It's Rodgers versus Justin Fields. A big test for Matt Eberflus and Justin Fields. Can Matt Eberflus get a win over Aaron Rodgers, who's a deflated Aaron Rodgers, who's not got Devontae Adams anymore, and he's got Sammy Watkins, who's a good wide receiver. He's no Deshaun. He's not a Devontae Adams. So can the Bears actually get a win over them? But I think, in my opinion, Green Bay are going to get the win, minus the 10. And then we have the Titans versus the Bills. I'm going for a Bills win, minus the 10. They look really good. They look fantastic on Thursday night. And again, I think they're gonna continue that again and get the win over the Titans. The Titans again lost shockingly to the Giants. And then the Monday game, the primetime game, we have the Vikings versus the Eagles. Again, AJ Brown looked great in his debut for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, he was mid, wasn't that good against the Lions, but against the Vikings, again, this is a Kevin O'Connell team. I'm still going to go for the Eagles for the win, minus 2. So leave you guys picks for week 2 in the comments, and I will talk to you guys Tuesday. Peace.